Hey everybody, it's Father Edward here, and I am in Benton, Wisconsin, which is really close to Dubuque, Iowa. I'm here with another priest from the Diocese of Green Bay, Father Kevin Ripley, and this was kind of his idea. He wanted to go and to visit the grave of an American venerable who served here in the state of Wisconsin named Samuel Mazzuchelli. So we had the opportunity to visit his grave and a church that he founded. Actually, he founded two churches that we visited, one in Schulzburg and the other here in Benton. And Father Kevin, why is it important, do you think, that we visit the graves of holy men and women like Samuel Mazzuchelli?
Well, it gives us an example of how someone so recent, especially in our times, like Father Mazzuchelli, was not so long before us, is on the way to sainthood, and we too can be on that way and ask for their intercession. They need people to pray asking for their intercession to further that cause as well.
So we're just coming to a cemetery. We already found the grave and we spent some time there. We're going to go back there here in a moment and pray a little bit more. But when someone visits a grave like this, what do you think they should do?
When someone visits a grave like this, well, you can do two things. One, pray for that soul, because a venerable doesn't mean he's in heaven yet, but there's a pretty good chance he is. But two, ask for that person's intercession for something in your life. Always look up the official prayer that the church has written for the cause, for their sanctification, and pray that.
Sure, okay. So just to remember in prayer, we're going to go pray something called daytime prayer at the grave of Father Samuel Mazzuchelli. One of the things that Father Kevin shared with me on our drive here, he said, Venerable Frederick Barga, who served up in the UP area, and who actually Samuel Mazzuchelli knew, he would pray his breviary as maybe some of the native people canoed and kind of mastered the boat for him. And so that's something that priests pray, the breviary, and we're going to go do that. And that's something Father Mazzuchelli would have done too. Now, there's another grave. It's very far away from here. It's in Ellis, Wisconsin, which is closer to Stevens Point. We're right down by Dubuque. And you took a group of students to see Blessed James Miller. And why again was that important?
So Blessed James Miller is someone who was born in Stevens Point. He went to high school at Pacelli High School, and he became a Christian brother. Now, Blessed Miller was martyred in Guatemala in 1982. Very recently, Pope Francis beatified him in 2019. So something that very few people know, that we have a saint, a blessed, born in Wisconsin, buried in Wisconsin, which is really the only grave of an adult buried that you don't pray for their soul, you only ask for his prayer. So it's pretty special.
And when we visit these places, these are occasions of graces. We can receive grace from God by the prayers of these holy men and women. Is that right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I don't know how many people might make it down here to Benton, Wisconsin, but I think too, with the month of November, we just visited a cemetery where Mazzuchelli is buried. And we can go where we live and visit cemeteries as well, and there can be holy people in those cemeteries. Just think about the Shrine and Champion and Adele Bryce being there. And you can visit her grave. Hopefully one day she'll be a saint. There's no official process yet for that, but one day. But that's a holy person whose grave you can visit, pray for their soul, and ask for their prayers as well.
I always like to bring with me my rosary or some holy card to touch to the grave, to kind of make some sort of relic with that.
Okay, so that's something you do as well. Now, have you ever heard of the November 1st through 8th cemetery visits where you can gain a plenary indulgence for the holy souls? Yeah, so you just have to visit a cemetery for 8 days. And sometimes I've done this in a very formal way where I've scheduled them for my parish, and other times just kind of informally. So as November approaches, November 1st, a holy day, November 2nd, All Souls Day, it's another opportunity to visit cemeteries and to pray for the dead. These are some of the great spiritual treasures that we have in our church. And right here in the state of Wisconsin, Father Samuel Mazzuchelli, Venerable Servant of God, who we can ask to pray for us.